And I'm going to say it. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. It's for me. I didn't feel like playing it. I didn't feel like playing it. She ready. We heard her. Oh, go on and do it, Maya.
But I was just grabbing my specs.
Your specs there. Would you fancy my purse, please? You start saying it.
Greetings, Malika.
Greetings. Make sure you hit the like button when you come in, please.
We are international.
We are international. Not international, into national. We too national. See? Yeah. We just finished our viewing. And I hope that everybody screen recorded all that they could. So you can send it out to everybody you know. I mean, send it to speculators too. Skepticals. Those who don't even believe. Send it to everyone. So we had two people that was in the watch party that were from the UK. And what Zoom? Tony, go to sleep. You didn't miss the whole damn watch party. So anyway, they we love their accent, and they kept saying "Cortita." So everybody was in love with it, and everybody wanted to say it. Do it, Maya. Come on.
Cortita.
Oh my God! Give it. You saw it last night, yeah. Some people didn't get to see it because they blocked it. You know what I wanted to check out real quick? I wanted to see if the views went up again. Let's look at it. I'm at 30,000 subscribers. Yes. You know, before the stupid one had took my page down, I had a lot. I had more than 30,000 subscribers. Mm-hmm. It's holding at 5.4. It'll be up. It'll be up. So, just waiting on my peoples to get up here so we can have a conversation about what we found in connection to last night. After we did the second live, when I had took my shower and I came back and we did a little bit of this, talked about the Bible and shit, they blocked that too. Wow. We found things about Chuck Berry that blew my mind. And I had just discovered this one man, but I didn't know he had no fucking connection to Chuck Berry. But I'm gonna let them break it down to you. You missed the second one. The second one was pretty good too. And I gave you the lyrics to Thieves in the Temple, and then I showed you the video in quiet. It was quiet. I didn't play no song. That just tells you they are hating. And guess what? Continue to hate because hate gonna hate, and we don't give a fuck. And bitch, it don't stop. Like Nipsey said, bitch, the marathon continues. What? Because I didn't want to comb my hair today. Leave me be. There's Ma. We just waiting on Malika. Malika, I sent the link to your chat. I mean, to the group.
Greetings, everybody. I'm just trying to fix my top.
Man. Ooh, my damn hip. Y'all, I was inside of that watch party like, Because there are thieves in the temple tonight. So, damn, Meg looked just like her daddy. Wow.
Who's Meg?
Megan Thee Stallion. For some reason, it just popped up. Oh, there go Malika. It just popped up. Look, y'all.
I have a picture of her with the 5 o'clock shadow.
Hey, Malika.
Greetings, greetings.
Greetings, y'all. We gonna get into it because we found some stuff. Who
Hmm.
wants to go first? Maya, you go first about
My
Thursday?
Maya can go first. I'm gonna go set up the phone at the computer so I can get the laptop out.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let me find it.
So in the Prince interview last night, ooh, breaking. This was my shit. I used to think I was her when I was little. That was me. I used to think I was her. I used to be dancing, child. You couldn't have told me I wasn't special, K. Oh, child. I'd be kicking my damn leg up and flipping around and shit. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite parts. I mean, ozone was my shit. I mean, really. Okay. Oh, the energy been real. I'm telling you. They did. They took the Prince interview down. That's why we just did the showing of it in a Zoom. So everybody could get a screenshot and all of that shit that they wanted to do. So last night in the interview, um, Dr. Sabi brought up someone named Thurston, and he kept saying something about Thurston. I can't even remember at this point what the hell he said about Thurston, but I was like, "Are you talking about Thurgood and Winston? Are you putting two names together?" No, he was not. He knew what he was talking about. I just the fuck didn't. Thurston, go ahead, Maya.
Okay, so before I talk about Mr. Thurston, I just want to give y'all the definition of annexation because you're going to hear it a lot. And according to Wikipedia, annexation is in international law, it is the forcible acquisition of one state's territory by another state, usually following military occupation of the territory. It is generally held to be an illegal act. The other definition says it is a unilateral act where territory is seized and held by one state, is distinct from conquest, and differs from cession. So
And y'all able to hear that, right?
it wasn't spicy enough.
I know. I think they heard it. I
Oh,
just want to
okay.
make sure.
Okay. So the person that I found, the historical reference called him Thurston, but his name was Lauren A. Thurston. He was an American politician. He was the leader of Hawaiians who opposed the monarchy and favored U.S. annexation of the islands. He was the son of American missionaries. He pursued a legal degree at Columbia University. Um, he was elected to the Hawaiian legislature because he was heavy into Hawaiian politics. He quickly became an outspoken proponent of reform. He advocated a reduction in monarchical power and an end to official corruption. When the reform efforts failed, he became a leader in the 1887 revolution. He helped draft the new constitution, and he joined the powerful reform cabinet as Minister of the Interior. Um, he was actually forced out of office in 1890, which I'm assuming is because he wanted to annex the Hawaii to U.S. Um, and he went into the legislature, retained his seat there until 1892 when he went to Washington in an effort to facilitate U.S. annexation. He helped to set up a provisional government and then returned to the U.S. mainland to win support for the new government and continue his work for annexation.
And that's who the hell Thurston was. Dr. Sabi knew what the hell he was talking about. You know what else they was mad about Dr. Sabi? That they had to call him doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted him to not be a doctor so bad because he didn't get a doctorate, but he was a doctor because he knew what the fuck he was talking about. And I don't know if that was Vlad TV to try to say he was just as much of a doctor as Dr. Dre, but you got us fucked up. What happened?
I just read something. So if everybody's familiar with the live that Quatita did over the weekend with Yehuda when we was talking about Mark Twain,
Oh yeah, Mark Twain and Metatron.
it
Yeah.
says Hawaii was characterized by Mark Twain as the loveliest fleet of islands that lies anchored in any ocean.
Wow. Okay, then Mark Twain, Metatron. What's his real name? His real name is start with a J. James Samuel.
Samuel.
Samuel James or something. Okay, so also inside of the Prince interview, a few people showed up. Of course, Nipsey Hussle showed up. Dr. Sabi showed up. Those two sat down and they had the conversation. But Naya showed up, Whitney showed up, and then a little standing back, Chuck Berry showed up. And I was like, Chuck Berry, what the fuck? Malika, what do we have for them?
Why I felt like you were gonna hand it over to me like I was a newscaster. I couldn't gather myself fast enough. I popped up at the bottom like, yes, Quatita, today. Okay, so when we were looking last night, because just to let you all know how this works is we will usually get into a conversation with each other, and then Governess will be speaking and dropping gems, and Maya and I will be, you know, the little fingers, they just going. So Maya's talking and I'm talking, and she's kind of leading me, asking me to look up certain things. So what the first thing that popped up was that Prince actually don't mind the puppies in the background, that Prince actually performed one of Chuck Berry's songs. And Maya, if you can jump in, if you remember the name of that song, if you can hear me.
It was Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good, right. At Afropunk, it says Afropunk. Oh, Prince playing Chuck Berry's Johnny Be Good. I believe that they said he actually interrupted the event that was going on to perform it. So we saw that, and I was like, well, that's interesting that Prince performed that song. And then we went from there in saying, well, we looked up the lyrics to Johnny Be Good. And in the lyrics, it talks about a young boy going behind a tree to play his guitar. Then he goes to the crossroads. Look, they acting up on purpose. Then he goes to the crossroads. And when we heard crossroads, all of a sudden I thought about a gentleman by the name of Robert Johnson. So to give you a little bit of history of who Robert Johnson is, it's what happened to Robert Johnson? Who is he? Let's see. It says people say Robert Johnson went out one night to the crossroads of two highways in the Mississippi Delta. The legend says he stood at the crossroads for a long time. At exactly midnight, a large man dressed in black appeared. Those who believe the legend say the man in black was the devil. Robert Johnson begged the devil to make him a talented musician. The devil agreed on one condition. The devil promised to make Robert Johnson the greatest blues musician in the world in return for Johnson's soul. With little thought, Robert Johnson agreed. When Robert Johnson reappeared in the Mississippi Delta music scene, he was a talented blues musician. He could sing, write music, and even play the guitar. In fact, when Johnson played, people swore they heard two guitars playing. Audiences would look around searching for a second guitarist who was playing with him. No one ever saw the second guitarist, leading many to believe the devil himself was playing alongside Johnson. Others believed Johnson was somehow able to make his one guitar sound like two. So we know that this deal with the devil situation or selling of souls and whatnot has been, we've talked about this, and we know that it also applies to the song, the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
Last night. Governess had mentioned that after she played the song for us. So now how this connects is Maya and I are talking about that, and we're like, okay, this man, and before he went and met with the devil at the crossroads, this man could not play a lick of guitar. He wanted to be a musician, but he didn't have any of those talents. He is now revered as the father of blues, one of the fathers of blues. And so many people have studied his guitar licks and the methods that he used to create, to play the guitar. So then the next part of what we looked up was Chuck Berry and Robert Johnson. And interestingly enough, we found, let me see, Robert Johnson, we found that Chuck Berry used to study Robert Johnson, which is very interesting. And the song that he utilized The picture of him was in. Okay, I'm not reading the comments. The song that he utilized Robert Johnson's techniques in. Chuck Berry used that for the same song Johnny Be Good that Prince played when he was at this huge event where he interrupted it to play this song. So it's all connected.
Hold on, real quick. I see a
Mm-hmm.
few people in the chat saying they didn't get the link. We did send them out personally. If you didn't get it, it's probably because you sent yours in late. But we did. We had 4 people sending out lists of this. So if you didn't get it, you probably sent your money in late or you got refunded. If you did not get refunded, it's probably because you sent your money in late and we were already started. And I wasn't going back through looking to see if anybody else sent their link. So just put in the chat if you didn't get it and we will refund your $5.
Okay.
You got them. Maya's been making her list and
No,
she's going to
I was,
refund it.
but I wasn't making money.
Or you wasn't. What you was making?
I saw 3 or 4 people. I was just gonna.
If you sent the payment for the Zoom but didn't receive the link, please email me at mj4blackmagic. I wrote them all down personally. I went into my Cash App and went through every one. That means, let me tell you, the last person that should have been on this list. We went to Zelle, we went to PayPal, and there's a few because none of these people that sent was on the list.
Really? Oh, yeah, this is it was.
There's a whole bunch because everybody, we was already started.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they saying they sent it late.
We started at 3:30. And there is a lot of people. Yeah. Okay. The last person on the list was Dominique James, and it is approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That just tell you how many. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. There's a lot of people. You just sent it in late, and that's what it is. What we'll do is let me send the aunt. Let me send you yours back because you're asking for a refund. Y'all be so fucking petty. Let me run you your 5, child. Somebody I didn't get the link. I know you didn't because you sent it late. And what we'll do is I'll send over the copy for everybody who did not get it. I will send you over the copy of the Zoom. It is a lot. I just sent it in late.
After that, it was still a lot.
Yes. It is a lot of people that sent it. This is where
So,
we stopped at right here. Right
so
there.
those individuals are going to get a copy of the link, the Zoom link.
Yeah, we'll have to just take these down and send them out the Zoom link.
Okay.
That's a
So
lot.
I just want to say, for the person who is not going to get the Zoom link, you kind of missed out a little bit for requesting that $5 back too quick, because there are gems that are dropped in the Zoom. When you hear governors say, I can't say that right now, when she's communicating, those things are sometimes spoken about in these Zooms. So I appreciate all the cousins that are going to receive the link, and that information is going to be as eye-opening for you as it was for me, because I almost drove off the road on one of them.
Julie,
yes.
Julie, you didn't hear me? What I say, Julie? Julie, what's your name? What's yours? Cause you know, I just said we just had a whole conversation. I don't know why you still saying, but I didn't get the link. What's your Cash App, Julie? How you sent it? What's the Cash App, Mama? So I can refund you that.
Some of y'all are gonna have to learn how to control your mouth, your temper, your attitude when you're talking to the governors. There's a way to respond.
If we've already talked about it, I don't have patience for that kind of shit. If you still talking about it and I didn't explain it to you, I don't have patience for it. And we all adults. And then y'all be like, you talking to me, but we all adults. That means read the fucking room and heard what I just said. How did you send your $5 so I can send it back, Julie? Because I desperately want to send it back to you.
Somebody said for those of us that missed the watch party because we didn't get the notification on YouTube, can we make a purchase?
Did you already send your money in? What the fuck? Let me repeat it. One time. If you've already sent your money in, we're going to send you over the Zoom.
But for the people that didn't know that are just now coming in.
We know.
Okay.
Just let us sit. It's not that you can't get it, but let us send these out first because this is a long list. Let me send out these first. And then if you still want to get it, like, honestly,
no, that's not.
Save your money because anybody that wants it, if y'all know each other, once you get your link, send it to the world. I'm not charging you for it.
Alvin Strong, that is not her Cash App, and she doesn't use Chime.
I don't use Chime. I don't have a Chime. I actually have a PNC bank, honey. I bank with a bank. I have a business account. I don't do Chime. My Cash App is AWWTA. So if you know somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'll get the money, you know what I'm saying? But I love my people too. And I don't want to just charge for everything. I just charge for this because I actually pay for Zoom. But if you want to share this link, please, absolutely. Please, absolutely. Share it. If you want it, you know what I'm saying? And you know somebody that got it, send that shit. Usually I'd be like, don't share my material. But this, I want everybody to have it. Because it was so much that was talked about and they don't want you to know. I'm still looking for Julie.
She said she responded to somebody and said she wanted a reading.
Not for the $5 you didn't. I'm irritated. Come on, Malika, so I can lay back down, please. I'm irritated.
Okay, so where let's see, y'all. All right. Okay. I'll be trying to stay on my best behavior in my commentary. I'm gonna focus on what we're teaching. I found the Wikipedia in regards to Robert Johnson. Let me just okay, so where were we earlier? Chuck Berry studied from Robert Johnson. And we already went over, for those who just joined the chat, welcome. Sorry. Okay. For those who just joined the chat, welcome. So where we were earlier was Robert Johnson going to the crossroads, couldn't play music. They say the story that is told is that he went to the crossroads, Mississippi, and he met with the devil and he made a deal with the devil. And once he came back after making that deal, he was able to play guitar like none other. They said that it seemed like two guitars were playing when he was playing by himself. So people even made the assumption, or they believed that the devil himself was playing with Robert Johnson when he played. This is who became one of the fathers of blues. Now, why are we talking about that? Because if you were able to see the reading last night with Prince, Chuck Berry showed up. Chuck Berry studied, from the information that we found, studied from Robert Johnson. And Chuck Berry is considered one of the fathers of rock and roll. Now, it says specifically the song, in the mid-1950s, rock and roll pioneer Chuck Berry adapted the boogie pattern, that's Robert Johnson's pattern of playing on his guitar, for songs Roll Over Beethoven and Johnny Be Good. Now, I know it was spoken about yesterday that Chuck Berry, his music played in reverse. He found a way to put messages into the music. Now, Maya, I don't know if you were bold enough to try to listen. Mine wouldn't let me do it. I couldn't press play on some of these songs because it felt like a bit of an incantation. The Roll Over Beethoven.
I just went to read it. I just read the lyrics. That's all. I didn't go listen.
I listened to 2 of Chuck Berry's songs. One I did not finish. I listened to Johnny Be Good. And then that's when I started. I downloaded the app where I started saying some things and trying to replay it to see what it would sound like. But I did not listen and do his songs though.
So Johnny Be Good is one of the songs that Chuck Berry used the boogie pattern on, which again was Robert Johnson's boogie pattern. And then the other was Roll Over Beethoven. I read through those lyrics yesterday. It seems a little interesting, but there's some energy. There's some energy that is in there. So I haven't played either one, although I do know the song Johnny Be Good. But it's so funny how it's all connected, and then you have to ask yourself, why exactly did Prince choose to play that song in that moment, Johnny Be Good? So that's the
Okay.
information that
So
I
I
have
want to
on
say
that.
this because I don't know if people are assuming that we're saying that no other artists have this done. What we said, let me hurry up and get off of here because I'm about to start being ugly and I don't want to and I'm just irritated. So let me hurry up. Um what we said was he perfected putting spells in the song so when you play them backwards, you'll understand that. We didn't say nobody else had it. We said that Chuck Berry put them in there. He like almost taught the technique and perfected it. I don't know what Julie sent $75 for, but she didn't send it over here, especially if she didn't talk to Maya J, because that's how you schedule with me. Get out of my fucking chat. Let me bring my screen closer. Just a moment.
Y'all about to get blued out. Oh no.
Listen, let me be clear to you. If you have scheduled with someone and they've charged you $75, you didn't fucking schedule with me. It costs $290 for a 30-minute session with my nasty motherfucking mouth ass. Because people love to say I'm nasty. Great. There have been scammers for over 3 years now, and I've talked about it at every fucking turn. My Cash App is everywhere, so is my fucking phone number. My phone number is 513-328-0061, and that's the only way you schedule for Quatita Ding. Anyone else, you're going to go to my website at awalkwiththeancestors.com. And you'll book with any of my featured readers who are probably nicer than I am. There have been scammers about, as Baba Jolie loves to say, scammers about. None of them are me. None. I feel like I'm going to scream to the top of my fucking lungs, bro. None are me. You will call my phone number, my fucking phone number only to get scheduled. I have now taken my hour sessions off the table, so you can't even get an hour with me. You can only get 30 minutes. And that is $290 flat. You have a choice of paying a deposit of half of that, which is $145. The remaining balance is due at the time of service within an hour before I call you. You're never going to book through an inbox. Oh, my eyes are turning colors. Oh, just stop talking to me. Just stop talking to me. Just stop. Now, before I open up a portal and put a whole bunch of motherfuckers in it. I am completely irritated, and I really want to stop doing the job that I do. And half of this is the fucking reason why I watch the chat pack. People come in this fucking chat and they just start talking. They start talking. Never mind what the fuck is going on this channel. I am so fucking vexed. I'm vexed at people. I'm vexed at the entitlement. Everybody in this chat has told you that is not correct. That is not even what you started. I saw your very first comment. Your very first comment, Julie, said I did not get the link. And now you're talking about something else. What fucking link would you have not gotten for $75? Answer me. I want to know who has a problem here in my fucking chat. Because, see, I love narcissists. I love people who think they fucking power is better than my power, because I can guarantee you it's not. Anybody else got a fucking question about how I dictate my motherfucking business? My motherfucking work hours is from 11 to 7. Julie! You have gotten scammed, my dear, and it is not here. Now, what is the rest of this conversation we're having? What money would you be tripping about? Because you have not given Quatita a walk with the ancestors any. What money would you even be tripping about, Julie? Am I being unclear to you? Are we unclear about something? Let me take you all down for a second. So when I blow in this motherfucker, because I've said what I fucking said. Now I want to know what money. Oh, because Quatita doesn't need to scam anyone. This is high council action over here. You should probably watch your screen closely so you can see all of the action before I turn into somebody else right in front of your face. I'm telling you. What we are discussing is of grave importance. Quatita doesn't scam anyone. The only cash app you will ever get is AWWTA. You will never send a payment to anything other than that unless you're talking about my PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, or Apple Pay. And they are all my phone number and my name. Now, there are other scammers. If they have reached you from anything other than 513-328-0061, you are being scammed. You are being scammed. If somebody reaches out to you, do you know why? Maya, when did I open up my books again?
August 1st through 15th.
I was not even taking sessions for half of July because we had already filled up July. I just opened up some dates last week, which is August 1st through August 15th. I'm never going to book on a WhatsApp, a DM, an inbox. You're never going to book with me any other way. Any other way, you are being scammed. And do not bring it to me ever. Because that is your problem. You know why? Because of this. Let me show you something. People reach out to me because of this. My phone number is everywhere. When you see this, you know what's so funny? Scammers have my phone number up on their shit. Call the phone number. If you see any other phone number connected to Quatita Dean, except for that one, you are being scammed. You are being scammed. That is the only phone number you will ever get or call. Now, when Maya, because she will answer the phone, she will schedule you. You will call this number, and when somebody answers, it will be Maya J. Because all my calls are forwarded to her from 11 to 7 p.m. Central Time, 12 to 8 Eastern, 10 to 6 Pacific. 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 10 to 6 Maya has a completely different phone number. If she has to call you or text you, she is going to call or text you from her Google number because she doesn't want nobody to have her real number because people are fucking insane. And they don't know their place in your life. Now, if we may fucking proceed with what is important, that's why everybody is fucking dropping dead. Because everything else is of importance, except for what the fuck is important. And maybe it's not important to you. It just so happened it should have been important. People, George Floyd, really wanted people to think he was important. Do you know why I'm bringing up George Floyd? Because the cop was not a real cop who stood on his fucking neck and killed him. Which is what we're telling you today when we say to you the Germans are coming. So fucking angry, I can't see straight, bro.
Maya, are you there, Maya? Hi, cousin. I can't hear you, Spicy.
I'm back.
Oh, I see why you got it. Okay, because the playback. So let me just say something. Because we could have kept this on Zoom. Okay, I just need you to understand because I think people feel really entitled to
That's what I'm talking about, the
accessibility.
entitlement. Call me fucking queen again and I'll open up 6 portals and put demons through your whole house, Julie. Now, if you think I'm a fucking joke, let's work. I'm not even kidding with you. Now, I said, do we got a problem? Because I love problems. Hold on. We got a problem because you see a queen somewhere? Because queen means prostitute, whore, and low-class woman. I want to understand. You know what? I'm not even going to ask you. I'm just going to put some demons in your house. Because I said what the fuck I said, and since you didn't get it, me either. I suggest you not say nothing the fuck else, not even in your soul. I mean, be quiet in your fucking soul. I mean, be fucking quiet in your soul. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Mordecai. Because I said what the fuck I said. I swear to you I did. I said what I said. I said what the fuck I said. I said what the fuck I said. Now, let's work, Julie. I want to find the perfect playlist for you. Because there's no threats being had now. Now I'll go to work because I said what I said. Nobody else addressed her in this chat.
Yeah. You young G's ain't OGs. No.
Metatron!
Chop it up. I let it ring. You know that I mean. I don't burn green. I need my green. Let's go. I just want home on the butt. I'm facing no spleen. I just want let it be wet. Let it be green. When shit get wrong, you can't go right. Now I've been known to get shit blown. About to put a Porsche, but I'm on safe. Be careful what you about to put that on ice. I'm not gon' tweet. I'm not gon' pipe. Whatever you say, okay, alright. You pick your fate. You pay your price. Just know I do not play alright.
Julie Underwood.
My dog like God.
Julie Underwood.
I'm riding in 10 speed. It's hard to pull out the rod. They start fucking your daughter. They twins. I'm Mr. Rogers. Had a suspicion of $100,000 in drugs. They talk shit, we follow them phones. They cross that line, they're picking up. Fast forward 25 years in the group. Nigga talk shit, don't do shit too. Press that line and you shrink it pool. Got a problem, bring it to. Just don't be so immature. I let it breathe. You know that I mean. I don't drink green. I need my green. Let's go.
Julie Underwood.
Come on, her face and her spleen. I just want to let it be wet. Let it be green. Shit get wrong, you can't go right. Now I've been known to get shit blown about a proportion, but I'm on say, be careful with your body, put that on ice. I'm not gonna tweet, I'm not gonna fight. Whatever you say, okay, alright. You pick your fate, you pay your price. Just know I do not play. Alright, alright. Don't blame it on Sprite, don't blame it on ice, don't blame it on drink. I took a little X, I fuck on my ex, I did a little wrong, making it right. But where did he go? He ran that back. He must ran track, but that is back. I got walk wounds under my tits. I got a few blood, they all say snack. I got a few crips, they all know neck. I bust on her lips.
Metatron.
My beat, it's not my neck. I'm just her pimp. I'm not her dad. The cops pull me over, they smell my
Power.
Not my gat, but do my raps and do my
Cindy.
Lewis and do my slacks and this my cup and this my bitch. Ain't none of my concern. Keep
I
me
said
out of
shut
shit,
the
nigga.
fuck
I'm on
up.
my dick, tryna follow my bitch. Catch me in Vegas, I'ma catch a new kick. Hit the nigga with you, I'ma be in your face. Think shit can't be the leg, get stale. 19 in the club, is again. Best case scenario, get your ass kicked, man. Work can't sit up to the plastic man. Yeah, don't order, there is chaos. Never let them.
Baphomet. Rise.
I do it like in Atlanta.
Rise, Baphomet.
You won't be happy till someone teach you some fucking.
Yes, ma'am.
I've been known to get shit blown about a proportion, but I'm gonna say, be careful with your body, put that on ice. I'm not gonna fight. Whatever you say, okay, alright. You pick your fate, you pay your price. Just know I do not play. Alright, alright. I let it ring. You know that I mean. I don't drink green. I need my green. Let's go. I just want to come on up, her face and her spleen. I just want to let it be wet. Let it be green. What the fuck going on with us, man?
I said what the fuck I said. Hey, Julie, have a great day. I said have a great day, Julie. See you later. See you tonight. Proceed, Malika, please. Gratitude.
Greetings, cousins. We back. I went to go get an acai bowl because I don't know about y'all, but I'm not about to be sitting at the computer and get blued out. No way. Even though I know we're
He
okay.
said, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's play. Because you
And
still
that's
don't get it. You're going to be walking with nothing but demons and you have a great day. Now, what you about to do? You going to do what? Let's get what? What we getting? What we getting? What we getting? You sending what? You going to do what? Hmm? Huh? Huh?
Is she still in the chat?
Matter of fact, let me drop you the link.
Oh,
I want you to come up. Come see me, Julie. You
well,
said
in the meantime,
let's get it. 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 There's the link. We're waiting for you. I want to know what you gonna get. You getting what? You respect me. You didn't. I don't see the respect though. I don't see the respect. There's your link. There it is. It's there, Miss Underwood.
the rebel, what you want me to do? Oh, sorry, I thought I was on mute.
I have put the chat link down. I'm waiting for you, Julie. No, she's not scared because she said, let's get it now. And I wanted her to get it now. You keep saying you respected me. I respected you until you kept disrupting my fucking chat. Now you want to be a distraction. I've put the link to give you the stage. I said, let's go. You said, let's get it. I said, me too. I said, me too.
Chaz, I feel like she already made a fool out of herself, because you can't say that you're just trying to be respectful and everybody in the chat is telling you, and you're actively in the chat. Everyone's telling you this individual prefers to go by a certain name, that they don't utilize the name previously known as. And you continue to just put that in there over and
Let
over and
me
over
help
like you
out
can't
the
read.
El Hombre Negro too.
Exactly, because that motherfucker was getting on my nerves.
Oh, spice. Scotch.
Because I had already told him, stop asking questions that don't pertain to you and just receive the lesson that's being given. And he said he's doing dumb shit.
The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Was that you that was trying to call me? Who's calling? If you're not Julie, I don't know why you would have this. Are you Julie?
No, I'm not Julie. I'm
Why
sorry,
don't you
Queen.
click on the link? My name is
Sorry. I'm
Queen.
sorry, Governess. I'm sorry.
Please
So,
proceed, Malika.
gratitude governance. Um, when we were talking about these connections between, yeah, just give me a moment to gather myself, because give me a moment, because okay. So we were speaking about the connection between Chuck Berry, who appeared during the reading yesterday, and Robert Johnson. I'm not going to go back over that. If you missed that part, then you can rewind, watch it back later. But one of the things that we also spoke about was the feeding of energy and utilizing energy, artists utilizing energy of other artists in order to get to certain levels in their career. And it's a question or conversation that we've had multiple times this week, including in my own story, which we'll tell here one day. Just wondering or figuring out whether or not these artists or the labels or the handlers or whatever the case is are feeding on the energy of greats prior and greats that are still here. When we talk about what governance has taught with the sunken place and with artists being held in a certain area while they still feed on that energy, it's been validated time and time again. And this seems like another one of those situations, because here you have the gentleman that came through the reading, a direct connection with Prince performing the song, and then you look at that and realize that this gentleman, this being Mr. Berry, has studied from this man who was known to have sold his soul to the devil in order to learn how to play music and become famous in the musical realm, and is now revered as the father of, just as Chuck Berry is as well. It's really interesting to look at and to dive into. Maya, what do you think? I'm interested, because I know when I spoke to governess, I didn't really hear what you were feeling on that, but what do you think in regards to musical energies feeding? Don't give me that face. Come on, Spicy. Wait, where is that side? Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. I love y'all so much. Is it? Is there a playback in the room? Is that why you need tell me something about
Go ahead.
I'm just trying to gather myself
Mhm.
because I'm in the room.
Mhm.
So like, I'm just trying to calm down. I heard the question, but I did not hear it. Can you repeat it, please?
Okay, so
Okay.
artists or music industry professionals feeding off of the energy or let's talk about it the way we did the other night, The Little Mermaid, right?
Yes, we
You
know
have
that Thomas Edison created the music industry because we talked about it last week when we did our research on it.
I need that live. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait. I'll text you about that later, governess, because I might have missed that. I need.
Mhm. Yeah, I read his whole life. I read his children's life. Actually went and did the research on the live. Yes, yes, we did.
Oh, oh. So was that a comment that was just in the? Was that in the comments?
Yeah, somebody was asking if we knew that.
Okay, okay. So The Little Mermaid, with the capturing of the voice and utilizing that power, taking the voice or the sound from one being, giving it to another for them to tap into the energy and be able to become a part of the elite or gain access into the industry. I was asking, what were your thoughts on that in regards to even the conversation that Governess had the other evening with Madine, in regards to the experience in the industry there? Just, do you think that they're feeding off of others? Do you feel, not the ones that are in the sunken place, but individuals that are currently artists or artists beforehand?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I absolutely agree with everything that y'all are saying. How did Little Dirk go from sounding like Little Dirk to King Von in like every record since King Von's death? He sounds exactly like him. Like he it's like to prepare for his concerts, to prepare for his records. It's like I don't know what the process is or how they tap into that energy, but I definitely believe it.
So what I've heard is that there's mirror work that's done, and you have some greats allegedly that have done dark magic mirror work with, um, I don't even want to call them artists because I don't feel like they deserve that title, but individuals that are creative, like
Thinking people.
Liberace, and right, like Liberace and others, so that they can garner their power and then put it into the music. And you'll see that they'll also use the faces of these individuals on their album covers. Governess has spoken about that before as well. I mean, I really feel like it's done regularly. You hear artists now, even new age artists that are doing R&B, that will use certain notes or sing certain parts exactly like another artist that is revered and now locked up for 30 years.
I'm
Um,
I'm wondering if these artists, for a lot of them, you never even heard of them. They just popped out on the scene all of a sudden. But I'm
mhm.
wondering if any of these people even have the gift or any talent to begin with. Because why would you need to siphon someone else's energy to become bigger than maybe you think you are? Maybe you don't believe in yourself as much as you should. Maybe you were chosen for this reason, whatever the case. I'm starting to believe that these people are really talentless. Like the ones that had the true talent are the ones that's gone. For everybody else that remains, it's literally just everybody recycling everybody's energy.
I do. I believe that. I believe that, but I do feel like there are some of the most talented too, though, that would be able to be pawns. For instance, okay, so when I was doing music, as much talent as I have, I don't hear my voice the way you all hear it.
Hmm.
Like, I just started listening back to tracks that I recorded last year, maybe the year before that. And I've been doing music for 20 plus, almost 30 years, 20, yeah, almost 30 years. Um, wouldn't listen back to myself, don't like the way necessarily I sound, not sure what everybody else is talking about, but I know I'm okay, type of thing. And people would think that I was just joking around, but I would be serious. But because of having that self doubt in myself, because of not being sure, it's done a lot in the industry where they're always reminding you of your weaknesses, where no matter how good you sing something, they're always going to compare you to somebody else. They're always going to tell you, no, I think that you should do it this way. So you never really, unless you're in your own space, like a lot of these young artists that are doing it independently, if you're around these other people, they're going to be filling you with their ideas of who they want you to be. And before you know it, you get so comfortable in that, kind of like a toxic relationship, that now you're creating that in every connection that you have musically. So I can see it happening. That's what I was saying before. It's a governance with Pon the Replay. In a sense, I'm happy that the song was given, even though it was my single, was given to another artist, because I don't know if I would be here today. And not only just on this platform, I don't know if I would be alive today, because mentally I wasn't in that right state of mind. And if they told me, hey, listen to these records, sit in this room, like practice these
Somebody
things.
inform Ursula, please. Gratitude. Sorry, Malika.
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, if someone would have told me that then, and then you have people that do it in very tricky ways where you think it's something that's uplifting, but they're really leading you to do it in a dark manner. Because I don't feel like there's anything wrong with connecting with ancestors. I've done it before. Bessie came through to me and gave me a whole song. So has Aretha, Billy. I've dreamt about them. But it's what type of work you do around that and how you utilize it. And being so handled in every single way as an artist, I can see how even the talented would make the slippery slope dive right into, tell me what you want me to do and I'll get it done, as long as it gets me my check and I continue to be famous or continue to be able to release music. But yeah, I absolutely get what you're saying. And I think a lot of those are the main ones that, like, oh yeah, y'all are definitely doing something over there, because we know that you don't have the talent that you're pretending to have.
So, for those of you who don't know, Pon the Replay is actually Malika's song. It was stolen from her. She's an amazing ass, dope ass, creative artist, individual who has a voice like golden butter, I swear. Like,
Oh, say that again. Spicy whisper.
it's the shit. Like, if you do not know who Malika is, like, get to know her through her music. It's so funny, Malika. I was having a conversation with Quatita the other day, and I was saying how, like, Spirit has really been pulling me out of my comfort zone. Like, I picked up the pen again and I've started writing music, and I've written and I've sang my whole life, but it always felt empty to me. It only felt empty when I was like around the people that didn't deserve to hear it, that didn't deserve to utilize that energy. So now it's like I'm finding solace, I'm finding happiness in writing and singing again. But I was telling her, like, I literally just want to make music at this point. I do not, if one of the bigger name artists heard some things that I've done and they wanted to work with me, I can't say that I would agree to do it. Like, I literally just want my shit to be my shit. Now, that may not be the goal for other people, but I mean, even just with the interview last night, like, there's no way. Like, my music is personal to me. I want it to reach whoever it's supposed to reach. I want to put good energy into it. I want to put great, like, creative expression into it. I want people to hear that message. I want people to be able to hold on to that message and understand that, talent doesn't always equate the money. If ever it becomes about the money, like, I feel like the gift is gone.
That's funny. When the and to let those that who were asking in the chat know, I'm a co-writer, but I created the concept with my cousin. And there's a producer that we were working with. You can go look his name up, the one who produced the song, because he got his credit. And he completely left me out of the whole situation. I thought it was my single. Driving back in, my friends were calling me, telling me my song was on the radio. And when I heard, it wasn't me, it was, her. Ugh. This is why I feel
No, go ahead. Tell them the story, Malika. Tell them the story behind it.
So I worked with, I was working with, I don't know if I'm ready for this right now, but I'm gonna be ready for it because governor said to say it, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So I was 18, 19, and I started working with a producer by the name of Veda Nobles. and he was in Orlando. He just got back from Jamaica. He was working with Lauren on the Miseducation album. Woo, I'm really telling this. You know how many people want to do this interview, and I'm like, okay, sorry. So he had just gotten back from Jamaica. He was working on the Miseducation album with Lauryn Hill, which is funny enough because they sued her because she didn't give them their credit. And I spent almost every day in the studio hearing about that whole situation, about him not getting his credit that he deserves, and how can creatives do that to one another, and da 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 da. So when I first started working with him, he had me doing R&B, very Aaliyah, very sultry, smooth style. And my cousin, she had came to visit. Yeah, because she was already living in Miami at that point. She came to visit, and she came to the studio. She was like, no, you got to hear Malika do her reggae stuff. And she's looking at me like, what are you doing? Like, we've been trying for so long to do this blend. You just gonna jump into R&B now? And so she had me sing Tanya Stevens. I sang Someone Said I'm Alright, but I must say, and he was like, so you want to blend the two? And I was like, yeah, that's what we've been trying to do. We always called it fusion. When you fuse together reggae, R&B, I can sing all different types of genres. I was trained originally classically, so I was an opera singer before anything else. So I tap into all different types of genres. And I said, yeah, I just want to blend all of it together, whatever feels good. I don't want to be limited to one genre. And he was like, let's try it. Let's see. And so we did what was called a white label, which is where you would take a record and you push this record out to DJs. And it's kind of for them to feel out a track. So he asked us, like, okay, well, what's the sound that you want? I gave him the Diwali rhythm, a few other rhythms that had that hand clap that were very popular back then, a few dance hall rhythms that were out, and then some of my favorite R&B songs. And I was like, yeah, if you put these together, we sat and we built the song. I was not writing at that time. He wanted my brother to write the song, but my brother was working on other music and ended up getting signed to Rodney Jerkins a little bit after that. So we did a white label. We used other people's songs for the white label. It was Someone Said I'm Alright, I'm a Sip Sago. And then we use If I Was a Rich Girl, na 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 na. And there was another one on there. Oh, bum bum, what's a bum bum? So we used all three of those and did a mashup, sent it out to the DJs. And when we went back to Miami, my cousin and I, they were playing the record in the club. That was my moment of sitting and I'm dancing. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I know this song. Wait, that's me. And we ran over to the DJ booth and he was like, yeah, we've been playing it regularly. Went back to Orlando. We're all excited. Veda's like, wow, you guys came up with this idea and it's really working. It really worked. Like, people are really vibing to this. So he said, I'm gonna touch up a few things on the track, and then we're gonna have we're going to focus on rewriting it so that we're not using these other artists' songs because they want a huge percentage if we were to use it, and you pretty much wouldn't get anything. So I was like, okay, bet. He fixed it up. He called it the Jenna Rhythm. His wife was pregnant at the time, and this is not allegedly because I lived it. So I just want to make sure that's clear. Come see me about it. His wife was pregnant at the time, and her daughter that she was pregnant with, and his wife is beautiful. His babies are beautiful as well. We spent a lot of time there at the house. But his daughter that she was pregnant with at the time is Jenna. That's her name. So he said, I'm going to name it Jenna Rhythm if that's okay with you. And I was like, absolutely. Like, yes, that feels really good. I ended up getting pregnant with my son, who is 18, Elijah. And let me catch myself because I wasn't even thinking I was coming on here to do this. We spent time working on other music, and we were looking for someone who could write the lyrics the way that it felt right. And so there was a young lady, I'm not sure, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, if it's Majesty or Majesty, but I think it's Majesty. She ended up writing the lyrics to the song, and she sent it back. And Veda was like, listen to this. And I was like, yeah, this is dope. Like, this feels like it. I said, but it's got an American bounce to it. And I wanted more of the reggae. So I went in the studio, I touched it up, fixed it, helped arrange little pieces that I felt would make it more Caribbean. And then we did the demo. Mind you, there was a storm, and I don't know if it was lightning or what, but the session had cut out and all of the session erased. So then we had to pull it back up and we had to do the session again. And so I was supposed to go back in and fix it up. I was waiting on Beta to get back in touch with me. Before that, he said they love the song. The industry loves the song. He wouldn't give me anyone's names, but he had a person on speaker, like the industry dudes. They were on speaker and he was like, be quiet. I don't want them to know that you're here, which I realize now is a tactic that is used in the industry a lot when a person doesn't want to put you onto their contacts or allow anybody that could be making a deal to have direct connection with you because they don't want to be left out. So they'll have you stay quiet in the room so that you can hear that they're not lying to you about what they're telling you is happening, but you don't have access to them and they don't have access to you. So I hear the guy on the phone. He's like, I need you to let Malika know that I love her. Like, this is going to be the next big thing. There's nobody out there like this. This is how he talked, like, for real, for real. And I'm sitting there listening. He's like, you guys got to come up. We got to do this sit down. We have to do a meeting about this. And we're going to get this, this is going to be bigger than ever. Like, I want you to let Malika know she's going to be the next big superstar. And this is back before social media. So to become an artist, it was exclusive access. Like when you were a celebrity, you were a celebrity. Right. There was a big difference. It wasn't the everyday access and knowing all their business and stuff. So I'm like, this is my break. Mind you, before this, I was signed to and working with Doug Brown Transcon, who was partners with Johnny Wright when I was like 13. That's when I was around LFO and NSYNC and Britney Spears. All of them were coming through the studio. I was supposed to do a show on Disney, My Brother and Me, but that ended up falling through. I think it's my sister and me, my brother and me, whatever it was. All of those things were happening before this, but this was my big break, and this was the song.
Never mind when you met R. Kelly, but okay. Because he thought he had one. He thought he had one, but let's go, Malika. Come on, finish. Come on, girl.
Woo! I'm going to hook you up. I got my people at Jive. I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to give you this number. Robert, it's time to go. And this whole time I was thinking the man that was there with him was like, why are you hating on my career, sir? And he was really trying to protect me because I didn't realize that I would hear those lines that were ran on me again years later in that documentary. Anyway. Where was I?
The guy on the speakerphone said you were going to be the next big thing.
Okay. So then Beta had called my dad and had a conversation with my dad as well. And he was like, I just want you to know your daughter is well taken care of. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm focusing on me. I'm working on writing now because he's like, listen, in this game, you got to do the lyrics too. Like we've created this song, you're a part of it, but you've got to be able to just start practicing, just write your poetry, whatever the case is. So I'm like, okay, bet, I'm gonna do that. Went to Miami, was getting a lot of my reggae songs because I did start writing. My first song especially was very beautiful and was doing very good in the reggae circuit, Caribbean circuit in Fort Lauderdale and Miami. So I was down there and I was I got the phone calls and everybody's like, your song is on the radio. So that's when I get in the car immediately. Like I got to go to, at the time the radio station was 102 Jams. I got to go to 102. I got to go to 95.3. I got to see my people. Like this is about to be it for Orlando. Old Town stand up. It wasn't. Because as I drove back in, I'm turning the radio and this wasn't XM radio. It was like the radio. And so I'm turning it and I'm like, come on, 102, pick up. And literally, as I'm doing that, the song starts playing on the radio and I hear the claps and I hear the harmonies. And sometimes when I listen to the harmonies now, I wonder if they still left my harmonies in there because it's so to the T of how I did the harmonies when I recorded it. Anyway, I heard her voice drop in and I was like, that's not me.
Oh. Under fucking stood. Yeah.
I was like, that's not me. I tried to call him, couldn't get in touch with him, and this is somebody who, like, I was at his house regularly. I was, I was around his babies. He was teaching me about the industry. He's the one that sat me down and had me watch Rosemary's Baby to give me a heads up for what it may be like. Like, there were so many gems and things that he taught me and I couldn't understand. Now all of a sudden I can't get in contact with you. At that same time, my brother had signed to Rodney Jerkins, and from what I was told, he didn't like that too much either, because I guess he wanted my brother to work with him as well. And I don't know if that's, I don't know. I've never spoken to him again. I did see his wife in the mall, and she saw me and she broke out into tears and said that she was so sorry. And I hugged her and I told her that it was no need for apology. I love her. I love her. Like, even that day speaking with her, as much as that doesn't fix it, I get it. And I get it. It didn't stop there. It's happened again. And a lot of people get it confused. And let me break this down, because I like to make sure that I say co-writer. When you're not in the industry, you really don't understand the facets in regards to how pro publishing companies work. Writers are anyone who have helped to create a song. So if you had, not like you came in the studio and sneezed and you were there and now you think you're gonna get credit, not like that. Unless you sneeze and they sampled it and used it for the beat, then that's yours, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if it's incorporated into the song, then you get credit. You are considered a writer on the song. That's from production to lyrics, to arranging the lyrics, arranging the vocals, creating backgrounds, harmonies. Those are all considered writers. So the fact that I'm a co-writer and got no credit for it is definitely ridiculous, especially since it would have never even been thought of if it wasn't for yours truly and my cousin and my brother, who had always done this fusion style as well. It happened later on. If you go on, I'm gonna just let it all out since we
come on, Nikki and Trina. Come on. Y'all don't know. No, I'm about to play it because they don't know. If you've heard Malika's song, then you're gonna know. Don't even say nothing. I'm about to play it, Malika, because these bitches are thieves.
Okay. Go ahead, play.
You gonna fucking recognize it.
Let me snack on my acai bowl.
Let this ad play, because you know that's what happens. This is fucking Malika. You'll hear her sound, you'll hear her voice. If you know Malika's music, you're gonna fucking know. That's Malika. Now, just so you're not confused and think we lying, baby, we ain't never got to do that. So just hold the fuck up. Because that's Malika you hear. And again, like she said, that's what the fuck they do. They steal. And I'm going to just keep saying it. This is Malika.
Drop on balance, watch the way I walk, check out stunts. I got a fatty party full of talent. Yeah, could never challenge. Bust it down, my baby calling my name. Only priceless, no cash exchange.
Okay, one more time. Okay, Malika, go ahead, girl.
So in that situation, that y'all already know that's not the type of music I would usually write. I have a rule. I've always had the rule, even before my children were older, even before I had Nye, that I want my children to be able to sing my music with me. And if I do use some other expression, I want them to be able to understand why. Like, it has to really reflect their mommy and something that I would utilize in my life. There's another writer who wrote that. Slip and Slide is who my brother was signed to. He got out the deal with Rodney. Speaking of, he had a deal on the table with Def Jam. That's a whole nother story. I'll let him tell his story. But he got out the deal with Rodney and got signed to Slip and Slide. So we were down there a lot. I was writing for my brother at that time. I was done with music. I kind of was done with music after the Rihanna situation. Anyway, I was still doing reggae music if it was called for, but the love for it wasn't really there. Because I was scared. I was like, and I also started feeling like maybe that was my one opportunity and it's gone now. So, you know, I wasn't really sure how to live with it. Get to Slip and Slide. I'm like, the only way I'm doing music, if my brother gets signed, I'm signing to my brother. I don't trust none of y'all. I don't like none of y'all, but I'm here to support in any way that I can my brother. So he was performing at one of the big shows in Miami. I can't remember which one it was, one of the big reggae concerts in Miami. And one of the A&Rs was explaining, she was a really sweet girl, I can't remember her name, but she was explaining that Trina has this dance hall song, this song that we probably like because it got a dance hall vibe. And so they wanted Lady Saw on the song, but she wasn't giving them a good price, or that might be allegedly. There was some issue between them and with her where it wasn't getting done. So I said, all right, I'll do the demo and send it back to her, because maybe it's because they had a man singing it, and Jamaica is set up a little bit different. Like, you're not about to send a demo with a man singing about having a man that has this and this and that. It might not go over well. I said, that might be it, or it might even be the accent. So let me go ahead and I'll lay the demo for you. That was free of charge. I didn't mind doing that because this is from my brother's camp. I'm helping.
Because you are really Jamaican, just so people know.
Yes, yes. First generation American, Brooklyn. But my parents, my mom and my dad, are from Jamaica. My daddy is from Dunkirk. He's a bad man. Like, don't question. The lineage is there. But yeah.
Come through at the wall.
But yeah, the lineage is definitely there. So I said, okay, I'll revoice this guy's demo, the guy who wrote it. I don't even know the name of the guy. That's how the industry works too. A lot of times when you see people ask these artists, how was it to record with that person? And they be like, it was good. It's because they ain't never met him. They never talked to him. A lot of these artists, they don't get in the studios and work to each other. A lot of them don't have communication with each other. You have your people set it up with their people, and you have writers that might even be in there, ghost writers that are writing the song, have already recorded it, and you go in and you hear it. I have to go back to that on Rihanna. Governess, don't let me forget.
Okay.
So I told her, I said, if anything, y'all can hit me up and we can talk about that feature, but we're gonna have to talk about that because that's different from a demo. And she laughed and she was like, okay, bet. Time comes now for Amazing Album to be released. Julian, who you guys probably know from the show Love and Hip Hop, because he ended up getting blasted on Love and Hip Hop for doing the same thing. So there were a lot of people who didn't get paid, a lot of people who didn't receive credit according to what the show showed. And Trina got very upset about it and lashed out, and it was a whole big thing. Anyway, Julian hit up my brother and was like, hey, so we actually want to use your sister's vocals for this song. And he's like, bet, you got to talk to business with her. So I talked to him and I let him know, hold on, because one, this doesn't match my image. The lyrics doesn't match my image at all. Plus, this is a demo that I sang. Like, I would have wrote it a little bit differently if it was up to me, but I don't want this to hold back what you guys are doing. So let me work this out. I was going to use my middle name. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't, because I named my baby my middle name, which is Naila. I was going to use my middle name as my alter ego to do these songs that maybe were a little bit nastier, raunchier, kinkier, and be able to get that release without people associating it with Malika. So I told him I would call him back the next morning. By the next morning, we got an email in my inbox saying that Amazing Album was out. Trina, Lady Saw, and Nicki Minaj is the single that has been released. My name was nowhere in the email. My name was nowhere on the album. My name was nowhere in the credits. I ain't get paid for nothing. I ain't get no answer from phone calls afterwards. But they did call a week later once they realized how much attention it generated, because obviously the people that were named as being on the song couldn't redo the hook with the same voice, and they wanted a clean version for radio, and had the nerve to come back to me and ask me if I could record a clean version so that they could push the single, even though it was already released without my name.
Right.
The nerve.
The nerve.
The last thing that I'm going to say, and there's so many stories, but the last thing I'm going to say is going back to Rihanna on the replay. I don't know exactly. A lot of times artists don't know. They literally just show up and they just do what they're told to do. However, when I spoke to individuals that had to do with this whole situation, I was told that they were in shock because the original demo is not what she recorded to. but the original writer was there in studio with her. If I'm there with you as a writer, I'm gonna play you my demo. I'm not gonna play you a demo of an artist that I've never met, that I don't know, singing the song, unless I think it's better than mine and I want you to deliver it that way. But for me, I would get permission from that person before I would ever do that. I was told that in the studio, the demo that she recorded to was actually my single, what I recorded for my single, and not the demo how it was written. So that also goes back to that Prince. I'm a segue it all the way back around. That Prince and Chuck Berry and Prince, Chuck Berry, and Robert Johnson, in regards to feeding off of energy when that person is not present and hasn't given permission to access their energy.
Which is why you were upset about this the other day.
I was. And the whole thing with Governess leaving or not doing this anymore, it's so funny. I told her last night, I was so close to saying it to her on the phone after listening to Madine's interview, but I couldn't let it roll off my lip. I felt like, oh, I can't say this to Governess. But I know that's because if I create in any space, it's going to be here. Even if I stop everywhere else, it's going to be here. It's going to be for the work. It's going to be for the betterment of us. It's going to be so Governess has music to play that can't get a strike because she's on there as a co-owner. It's going to be those things. But I definitely said that or thought that the other day that, you know what? Outside of that, in that moment before all the other stuff came, it was like, I'm done. Why am I doing this? Is it a gift or is it a curse? Like, I remember my son asking me that when I was younger, like, Mama, you know everyone on TV, but you're not on TV. You know everyone on the radio, but you're not on the radio, and you're as good as them. And he asked me, do you think it's a gift or is it a curse? And the trauma of it all, sometimes I don't even know if I'm telling the truth. What I've had to do in the past is go back and look at the credits on the song and see that his name is there. Like, fuck, this really did happen to me.
Yeah.
Like, this really ended up being my story. And you tapped into
like
me.
You said, you've been in the studio with some big names, like one of the Wiggle Wiggle. You know what I'm saying? That's Beanie Man, right?
Yes, Beanie Man. Tanya Stevens. That's huge for me on your song.
The Queen,
yes, on your song. That's something I manifested from back then. And look how it all ties back around, right? Because that's the song that I sang to him, to Veda, to have him see that there was talent there and the blend could happen. And now I've done a song with her, manifested it through the lyrics in the song with what Governess has taught us. And it ended up coming through with that same big artist. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. It's grander than I can even let off my tongue. For those
who don't know who Tanya Stevens is, you kind of went into one of her songs early when you started talking. Can you give just a little rendition so they'll know what song you're talking about from Tanya Stevens? She's a big name too.
Some man say them a rider, but I'm a sip sago. And I claim say them a dolly, but I'm a wiggle. So if them a you bend down, girl, don't help them all. Girl, don't goggle. And then she has It's a Pity. You already have a wife. And me done have a man in my life. Rude boy, it is a pity. Yeah. I would like one of these mornings to wake up and find your face on the pillow lying right next to mine. I would give up the party and the smoking and the rum and bust a extra wine and make we seal up a sun. Well, every time I fantasize, me see your lips, me see your eyes, your trigger finger do something. I got this new girl hypnotized. Like, she's just amazing.
Yeah.
She's absolutely amazing. So, and she's a legend. She's a legend in the industry. So it's really dope to work with her. Bulby, if you all watched the, and this is the producer, if you were watching the reading that Governess gave me, I don't know if a lot of y'all stayed up because I was the last one that night, but Governess said that she felt that I was going to be doing more work with Bulby, which will be my forever friend, and I will always make music with him. He produced both Wiggle Wiggle and the song that we were just speaking about, Queen, with Tanya Stevens. I met him through Sly and Robbie. And if you don't know who Sly and Robbie is, they are the foundation of reggae music. And they've been in the studio with a lot of people. You can look it up yourself, do the research. But Sly and Robbie, Uncle Robbie, he just recently passed away. That's how I met Bulby. If you watch the verses with Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, most of those songs that were produced there were produced by Bulby. My brother also, Bink the Humble Monster, he made songs like Don't Leave Me, Girl, Please Stay With Me Tonight. And he
Dang.
did the majority of Jay-Z. Kanye had just, they spoke about him on that interview that Kanye did. I think it was with Nori. I can't remember which show he was on. And it kind of went viral, and he was talking smack, and somebody was like, oh, Bink gonna be happy to hear that. That they were talking about my big brother Bink, who's a major talent as well. This Jennifer Hudson, right after she got out of American Idol, I've worked with her briefly. Kimani Marley, I was signed to for a little bit. Tony Kelly, who is also the father of reggae music, I was signed to as well. I have another song with Beanie Man that I did when I was signed with Tony Kelly, and that's on iTunes also. The list goes on and 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 on. Walshy Killer, who's part of Diplo Major Lazer. We have Oh Me Oh My. I'm
That's
trying to
one of
think
my
of the songs that
favorites.
you played. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Dropping Balance is actually by DJ Overrule, who's a huge DJ over in Portugal. Oh, I got to switch out my headphones. He's a huge DJ over in Portugal and that region. Yeah, it's been a lot of people, a lot of
Yeah.
legends, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. But at the same time, I'm never going to stop doing the work to help, especially the young women in the industry, and to speak the life into them that the industry tries to drain away, especially now having this realization of the feeding of the energy when you're not even in the room. I had told Governess when I was crying, y'all, like boohoo, texting Maya, like, I need a hug. Governess called me like, talk to me, tell me what's going on. And the way that I expressed it was, it feels worse than being trafficked when somebody has a tap on your soul, or the most creative part of your soul, the most healing part of your soul, your gift, your craft, and you were able to open that up and utilize it without me in the room. Like, to me, that's like rape. That's like, that's all of these things. That's just, how could you do that? How could you not ask questions? How did no one in the room say, whose voice is that? Like, anyway, I know my ancestors are on the producer's neck, because I heard that when they did the anniversary, because the anniversary for Ponder Replay just passed. Congratulations to me.
Right.
When that just passed, New York Magazine did an interview, and I was told that he just kept saying my name, so much so that they were like, you know, do you want us to put her name in the article? Right. And in the article, he doesn't tell the whole truth, but it's the first time publicly that they put an artist in Orlando. Malika was the first to record it, or something like that, he said. But you can look the article up. It's there. And I was like, yeah, I feel that my ancestors are heavy on that neck. Rightfully so.
And period. Period poop.
But I'm gonna leave that there, because I don't even know what were we talking about, the Prince reading.
Yes, but I wanted people to understand that should be real. People, when people do that, especially when you say calling onto your energy, which is why I want them to understand, when you say that, you know what you're talking about, because they have some of your energy and you felt some type of way about that shit.
I did. And that was a major breaking point for me when I heard the interview with Madine. I've lived with this since I was 18, 19, and I never thought of it in that way. And then to hear Prince come through and validate it in such a manner with the feeding and the temple, and I didn't give you permission for that. I can't get over that. Like, I've never thought about it that way. You access the most sacred part of me, and I did not give you permission to do that. You focus on the material, the money, all of those things that are associated with it. Like, oh, where would we be now? Like, what yacht would I be taking Governess and Maya J on this weekend? Like, we would be turning up. What kind of giveaway are we doing this week? But then again, I have to say to myself, would I even be alive to do that? Because
where's the margaritas, the watermelon margaritas?
I got you. As soon as you just the pocket, Maya. Get in the pocket, Maya. As soon as you hop back in the pocket, I got you. But I honestly, even my cousin, talking to her about it, which is not really my cousin, it's a good friend of mine from way back. Whatever. Leave it alone, Maya. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Maya, look, Maya. Anyway, sorry, y'all. But when we were speaking about it just recently, She said we would have either been doped up. Um, I would see a lot of things. Like there was a Grammy party that I had attended, and people, my brother had just released a single. It was like the reggae version
Cutie
to
pie.
Ray J's One Wish. Sorry, governess, what'd you say?
I say your brother's a cutie pie.
Gratitude. They say we look alike, so gratitude,
Mhm.
gratitude to me too. No, just kidding. But we were at a Grammy party. They had just released his single. It was the official remix through Dark Child. And if you're wondering who Rodney Jerkins is, that's who he is. Dark Child 99. So songs like Say My Name, and a whole bunch of other people for him. That list goes on and on. We went to the Grammy party and people were walking up to my brother and they were hugging my brother, and I started to cry and I ran into the bathroom. And that was because I saw the shape shifting and I saw the red and green and black eyes. It's like the pupils get really big, like the whole eye, and then it's like colors in it. I can't even. I
Yep.
ran to the bathroom and I hid in the bathroom, y'all. They like the way that the fangs, like it's not just the fangs coming out, and nobody else saw it. Nobody else could see it but me. It looked like a regular everyday party with people showing love to everyone else. But my cousin and my brother already know what time I'm on spiritually, just from experiences growing up. Their mouth shifts. It's like an oversized mouth. If I don't know, I can't even draw, so I can't draw it for you. And then the teeth. And
Yes, I know what you're
e-
talking about. I've seen it in real time.
even when they're smiling, it's very grim. And there's a rock and roll band, not Green Day, one of those bands from back in the day. They did a music video and everybody's face was stretched like that. And I was wondering, did they have that experience too? Because I used to watch that music video when I was younger. It used to freak me out. But I hid in the bathroom at the Grammy party. I refused to come out. End up the block. And went to a Chinese restaurant and had some food with my cousin until everybody left, because I'm not about them games. I don't care how much benefit or how much finance comes with it. I'm not about that. And I feel like that's also why they knew I probably wouldn't be the one to play fair. I would kill myself first. I would unalive myself first,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
or given to drugs and other things. Being in the state of mind that I was in back then, that's where I was, and that's why I say I don't even know if I would be here now, and if I would be this strong. Because now you can't even. Don't try it at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. And I'll be the first one to set the disclaimer that I have no suicidal thoughts, no suicidal tendencies. I love life. I'm here to stay. If you see anything happening to me, you know why and exactly who to ask.
Okay. And fucking
Right.
period.
That's my story. I love y'all. Goodbye.
Period. You know, that's the shit that we need to understand. We need to know, because when people hear me say it, they, especially if it's coming straight from the spirit, it still can be questionable for people because, well, she don't know. She just hearing stuff, quote unquote, because I've never been to an industry party. I have, however, been sitting at a lunch table having lunch and saw somebody's teeth stretched like vampiric teeth. And everybody I keep asking, do y'all see that? And he's sitting with his mouth closed like nothing. As soon as they look away, he's talking again with his teeth out. I've seen people eyes be straight fucking black. Like, I've seen certain things, but I've never seen what you and Madoon have experienced. You know what I'm saying?
Madoon. Sorry, I keep calling him Madeem.
Tomato,
Madoon.
tomato. It's not his real name, no how. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's not his real name. That's his name to come up on here.
Oh, okay. That
Mhm.
works. Let me
Yeah.
change mine real quick.
I
No,
mean,
no.
listen, these people got their witches in full fucking effect. You know
Yeah,
what
and
I'm
I've heard
saying?
I've heard other stories of people who are tied directly, family members of some of the individuals that you've read that are celebrities, where they've gone to bigger parties than what I have been to. And one, for example, was on an elevator. And when he was going, I won't mention his name because I didn't get permission or who he's related to. But when he was going up the elevator, there was a beautiful woman on the elevator with him going to this penthouse suite where they were having this party. And she looked at him and she said something and he wasn't paying attention, and then she called his name, and he turned around because he knows that he didn't give the name, and when he turned around her eyes had blacked over, and she shapeshifted in front of him in the elevator. And his celebrity cousin, when the doors opened, I mean, big celebrity cousin, grabbed him and was like, "We got to go." And
Yeah.
she had said something to him along the lines of, "We've been waiting for you," type of energy. And I've been told by some of the bigger folks in the industry that kind of keep their space and hold off a little bit, like, they're going to approach you, but it's up to you to choose or not to choose. And it's very simple. It may sound, it hits heavy when you hear the truth when you're here on this platform with Governess, but you have to be very keen. And a lot of the work that's necessary is something that might even go over your head when Governess says, read the room first before you do anything. Read the room first before you comment, before you talk, before you ask for something. Read the room, because you've got to use it in rooms and spaces like that as well. For instance, let's say when we hear about the feeding of the energy, tapping into other artists' energy, it may seem like the whole witchcraft movie to you. It's not like that. It's people chilling in a studio room, drinking and popping Hennessy bottles, and nobody's paying attention to the voice that's on the speaker playing back, but they have the artist utilizing it and doing it line by line with the same energy exactly. So it doesn't come off like that. When I was at the party, the Grammy party, and that happened, there's individuals that came up to me and was like, "That's so disrespectful. You're not even being supportive to your brother. This is his moment." They don't even realize what I'm going through spiritually. But if I was set up a different way, and if my brother was set up a different way and didn't say, "Hey, do what you have to do to feel better. Like, I know what it is that you're feeling. Whatever you need, I got you, sis." If it wasn't for him doing that, I could have been like, "Oh yeah, I am wrong. Let me go back into that space. Let me just engage in it. Let me deal with it," because I would have felt guilty. It's things like that where it's so weird how it merges with real life to where it's not going to look as blatant as you hear it here. That's why so many of us as musicians have awakenings. When I watched a Naya Rivera video, I cried in the shower. My mom sent it to me and said, "I think you need to watch this." And I bawled like a baby. I'm not going to do the face here. I already did it for Governor. Look, Ro came home and I was like, "Ro, my whole life has changed. There's this lady." And we put it on the TV and we watched the whole interview again. It changed my whole life because it was in that moment, because it's kind of like the veil that you can't see the spiritual warfare going on around us, but you know you're sitting in it. It's still there. It's happening as you're having this moment. That's the same way. It's that intricate to where in that moment, the awakening for me was, here is me thinking my whole life, these things were done against me. And really, I was being protected. I was being protected so I wouldn't enter that space and I would find my true self in love and light and healing and shadows and swords with my sisters.
Yeah.
You know?
Because your thing was, what if it would have taken off for you upon the replay? You know?
It wouldn't have been a good, it wouldn't, I mean, the joke that I made was I ain't want to get hit by Chris Brown anyway. But that was to make myself feel better for a little bit. That was my ongoing joke. But I was at that time in the abusive relationship that some of you got to see and hear about in the reading with Governess the other night. I was in that relationship. I was, like I said, I was pregnant when I just having my son pregnant. No, I was pregnant in the studio when we started working on Pon the Replay. I was the type of abused woman that I walk into a room and I'm not allowed to keep my head up. So I would keep my head down. I had lost all confidence. I didn't know how to speak with men because I wasn't allowed to talk to men when I went into public spaces. I was only allowed to ask questions to women. I've been kicked out of the car before because I looked out the window and apparently I was making eye love with a homeless man on the side of the street.
Oh my God.
And if I wanted to live with him, then I need to just get the F out the car type of situation. So even me knowing that I was capable of and it gets worse, but capable of allowing someone to get me to that space. Imagine if the industry would have gotten their hands on me then. And somebody else just recently that's in the industry has shared with me when they heard me telling my story on another platform. He shared with me that the first stop for them, because they actually shopped her with my song, the first stop was the office of CD. And what I was told,
I remember you telling me.
what I was told that he said when they brought her into the room to perform was, no, not her. That's not who I want. Not the song, not the voice, not her. And I still don't know who that voice was on the other line when Veda had that genome sounding man that was saying she's going to change the world. She's going to be the next huge celebrity. It's
Mm-hmm.
just, it's come back time and time again. And I just, being in the hands of those people at that time, falling for everything and being naive in the ways that I was, it wouldn't have been good. This is rich. This is rich. My baby girl, my son who's now into music himself, my husband, my family, building the way that we've built, finding this family here with you all. This is what I consider rich. I wouldn't trade it because, again, I don't even know if I would be here to experience this greatness if that song would have ended up being mine.
Wow.
It was all for the protection, and I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have been able to let go of that trauma without watching Governess's interview with Naya Rivera.
Gratitude, Malika.
Gratitude to you forever. And no, I'm going to say to you, Governess, thank you, because I am forever indebted to you.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Forever indebted to you.
I appreciate it because
Don't
I
make me
still
cry.
want today to be my last day. No, I just need to take a couple days off. I need a couple days off and clear my mind and not try to do work or healing or alive or I really need to just kind of sit with myself and sit with the spirit because Julie almost took me the fuck out of my skin. And when I get like this, because like just stop talking to me, like seriously, because I can't stand the ignorance and the entitlement and the disrespect,
And you
and
deal with it a lot.
absolutely. And I just need to be able to just sit because people don't know what I go through on a daily basis outside of this. And I've had people say, well, don't bring your problems to your clients. But if I don't have the fucking energy, bitch, you're not my client. I can't do your reading, is what I'm saying to you. So I'm gonna
It's
have to,
people that say that, Governess, don't bring your problems to your clients. They
mm-hmm,
get mad when all you have is an email and no phone number to contact. And the email is an info email, and you don't get ever a response from the individual that's doing the work with you. And they don't
yeah,
stop at the end and ask you if you have any questions. They just say, okay, it's time to go. Your time is up. Goodbye.
because that's how
The
other readers do.
Absolutely. And I've been to, when I say since I was younger, the first reading I went to was with Sylvia Brown. My mom took me down to Fort Lauderdale to go and sit with her and have a reading from her. We have been to many readers, many. And the access, the prices,
Yeah.
especially the prices compared to the abilities, because Governess's abilities, she's told me things about family members that I had to go back and ask my grandparent about in order to validate, which they did, and asked me, how you know that? Because they juicy J's, well, when they were
Yeah.
living. um but your abilities compared to these other readers that I've sat down with are so immense and so priceless. But what's going to what's going to happen is if everybody keep on going with that, if people keep coming with that, the access will be limited. The
Yeah.
access will be limited. And you're allowed your days off. But I am going to say this, and it's the last thing that I'm going to say. You threaten us with that again, I'm leaving music.
Oh, hell no.
You're
This
welcome,
is,
cousins.
I, yeah,
Take your days off.
I really feel like that. Like, like every day I'm waking up, my motherfucking bank account is in a negative $200 to $600. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that should be the last thing on my motherfucking
Your
plate
mind.
is how I'm about to live, where I'm gonna stay, because that means I have to leave my room. I don't have the money. I got to give my car back because I can't pay my, and then it's hard for me because the shit that I pay daily, I should be paying once a month, not every 2-3 days. I'm paying monthly rent just to live weekly. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's unfair. And I feel like the spirit is not listening to me. And I'm watching people do the rituals that I teach, and it's working for them double time. Well, I'm just asking for a small bit, and maybe I need to ask for more, you know. And I'm still teaching of the classes, and it's like continue to do more classes, but when I put them up, nobody's, you know what I mean? Like the numbers are not what they should be, And so I'm teaching it, but then I'm coming on the live daily teaching. I don't charge for it, and I have to beg for a fucking like. Never that.
I want to give an example just so that everyone understands the prices that I'm talking about. So there's one reader specifically who I'm in arguments with now because what he has set up is you can book a reading 1 year out. And it was if you book it 1 year out, you get half off. And his half off price is $489 for half off. And you have to book it a year early. And the year came and my parents have been rescheduled 4 times at this point, still haven't had the reading, and they have not been able to gain access to this reader. I hit him up in the DMs, I got access, and we're fixing the issue. However, on his Zooms, to sign up for a Zoom, I've seen it range anywhere from, like, if it's a quick Zoom with hundreds of people and he doesn't talk to anyone, $30 all the way up to $300 to be on his Zoom.
And he doesn't talk to anyone.
Doesn't.
And never mind that I turn and transform into deities from ancient times for people to disrespect and don't understand the magnitude in which you are sitting in. Because you think this is a game or an act, and it is not. I put my vessel on the line every time I do a aesthetic because the shit is dangerous to do. But when it first happened, I didn't even have any choice. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that some things should be for free. I should come on and give some things freely because you know what I'm saying? That's the way we grow. And I'm telling the spirit that I need the spirit to take care of me so I can move and do things the way I need to for the people. So when I say I feel like the spirit is not listening to me, like that's why the spirit sent Prince my way. Like, well, let me reward you with this because you won't really want to do this interview. So here's this. And I'm like, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a life. I want some dick or some head. I don't mind whichever, bitches are people too. I'm just saying, I don't have a life. You know what I'm saying? And so because I don't have a life, this is my life. Like the fake person, to piece of shit, whatever the fuck his name is. To myself, you're banking on people.
His name is Shut Up, according to the meaning, the spiritual meaning.
Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Or I'll urinate on you is what his name is. You know what I mean? You talking about I bank on people being broken, but that's my whole ministry, as people love to say. My whole ministry is the healing of our people, freeing you and breaking them from the chains of despair. And when people don't get that fucking part, it pisses me off because all you want to know is how can you get your $5 back because you didn't get a fucking link when you were late to the table. Period.
And walking into the room, not reading the room to see that we're trying to give more information that we could have left in the Zoom.
I mean, I didn't get my link. I'm just trying to figure out why I didn't get my link. I've been waiting. Well, you were waiting long because the motherfucking watch party started at 3:30. I even came back on the live and said it was getting ready to begin. Nobody got on the live, probably because they were shadow banning it. But I did the live to say, hey, we're getting ready to start. And if you got your money back, it's because you did not put a phone number in. So you have a couple minutes to resend it. And that was probably like at 3:15. Hey, shit, pumpkin. Is that spirit or soul?
Sage is in the cage. Sage is in the cage. This is spirit. She is officially spirit. Potty trained, so she's allowed to stay out. But Sage is in the cage.
So now I got to go back and go through a million motherfucking cash apps and see what your cash app was so I can send you back your $5 because you didn't follow my motherfucking protocol. Just like the person to my son, well, if she didn't say it today, then we can put it. Like, who the fuck is directing traffic on my fucking lane? But me and Maya J. I'm trying to understand it. I'm writing the names down right now with the numbers because plenty of people sent $5 with no numbers. Like, it's for me. Like, I see you in my chat, but I don't fucking know you and I don't have you saved on my phone. Like, now I got to go through and do what? Just so I can send you a link because you entitled. But when I say that, now people and they feeling, well, you talking to me like a kid because you acting like one because you're not following what the fuck I said as an adult. I shouldn't have to say 17 times, please just put your phone number in there so I have somewhere to send it to. It's a disrespect to me. It's a disrespect to my time and what the fuck I got going on. Motherfucker, lucky I don't get a period because I'll probably be worse than what the fuck I am. Like, come on. I've already said if you sent it, I'm going to go ahead and send you the recording. You know how many recordings I got to fucking send out now? I have a book I've been working on that I have not written in almost 3 weeks. Because everybody feel like they fucking time is my time. It's irritating. It's disrespectful. Just like the millions of motherfucking text messages I get every day. I know you said don't text you, but I know you ain't talking to me because I needed to send you 17 screenshots of shit that you didn't talk about on your live all day today. I do like the validation, but my thing is you still ain't reading the room. Check, see if it's a live up. I might have said it in a live. I might have posted in my community. Nobody does that. And I understand, but it can be annoying to me. I have over 5,000 text messages. I would like for you to check your phone and see how many you got. The doctor. The doctor name is spirit, yes. But that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I love the validation. I love the confirmations. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, come on now. There's no, I need a drink. I could taste Papa. We might do is, we might. Calm down.
Greetings, Papa.
Please pop up.
I could taste the Brugal strong as fuck. What is you saying, Papa? Let me listen. Because when he talk, I got to listen, baby. Because he fuck around and come through and I don't know where I'm at. Hey, please let me have my own vessel. I know this is Papa. Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez. Okay. We might be able to do it if it's not until after the 2 days, then okay. But if you're saying that this is necessary for the release of some of the information, like we got to keep my clothes on. There's some rules that we got to follow this time. My clothes must stay on, and I must not be naked in the fucking camera. I can't keep being with my panties on in the fucking camera. That's not cool to me. Okay, gratitude. We'll see, Papa. Gratitude, Papa. I'm not taking a drink right now. No, I'm not. You tried to slide it in. Not even just one, Papa. Nope. Gratitude. Mm.
Papa be trying to do you like Marion Light and Adina do Papa.
Not me. He was on it. You just take a drink? No, because if I take a drink, I already know what you're about to do. You're about to mount somebody, and it's going to be me. Mm-mm. Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You already know, man.
Okay.
I see Tramel keeps posting AKT drip says gratitude governor.
Who?
I think she's somebody Alexis K. Tyler.
Oh,
She
yeah,
was
she sent me a message. And she said that she loves me, and somebody she showed me gratitude, and excuse me, several times today Nipsey has showed me her reaction as she watched it and watched this message back. She felt sometimes we needed that validation, and he made me feel like she needed that validation from him, which was a very touching moment for me, and I showed gratitude to her. um I thought it was very sweet when he told her to fly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he meant by it, but I thought it was a very sweet thing between them two. Um, and I know sometimes shit you just need that validation, you know. Um, I don't know her personally, but from what I see, she's a dope chick. I love that she be all over the fucking place like I do. Um, and I love that she be cussing because at first I didn't know she talked like that
I love
until
how she
recently.
reads it. I love
And
it.
when I heard her reading a motherfucker, I was so
Mm-hmm.
pissed because I was like, who would take her out her character like that? Like they say with me. And people's like, no, that's her character. Oh, that's my friend then. Oh, okay. No, you mean she get down like I do. Oh, I love it, love it. So when I was listening to her the other day and she was letting Lauren London have it and she was letting Isis Wisdom and Paula White, I thoroughly the fuck enjoyed it. That's why I talked about it on my show. So when he sent her a message, I loved it. I loved that she be dressed up with her wigs on, with her fucking gowns and her shit, and she showed her ass the other day. I loved it. She's dope. hmm She's on live now. Okay, appreciate her. Appreciate her. So yeah. Why y'all call her Drip? This is the first time. Yesterday
I
was the
think she
first time.
refers to herself as Queen Drip.
Okay. I didn't know why. I love
I
that.
think they say King Nip and Queen
Queen
Drip or
Drip,
something like
yeah.
that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it all, you know. And I appreciate everybody. I had a client the other day say her and her daughter was like, "You're nasty. You're mean and you're nasty." Yeah, I'm sorry you fucking feel that way. What are we talking about? Listen, I mean, because I'm not. You know what I mean? I am the best motherfucker you could ever meet in your whole lifetime. I can guarantee it. But if I'm going off, it's because there's somewhere in my soul I feel disrespected. And if I am wrong, I don't give a fuck where we are. My brother from another mother, Yehuda, will check the fuck out of me in real time on the live. He does not give a fuck. Wherever I act up at is where he checked me at. And you may have seen it before. I can recall I thought I was big shit and I went off on Barbara and he said, you wrong now, apologize. And I was like, what? Ah. And you know, I don't have to do what he tell me to do, but I love him and respect him. So why wouldn't I? We all have free will and free choice. So when he say I'm wrong, guess what? I am wrong. And I got to apologize. You know what I'm saying? And I'll definitely the fuck will and give you something for free, you know? And it's the very people who feel like, you know, be doing the dumb shit and then want to get up on somebody's platform and talk that shit. You know, I deal with a fucking lot. I deal with shit that people don't deal with on the average. You don't want your cousin talking shit about you, and I got the world talking shit about me, making several videos every day, all day long, for 6 months, talking about me, my fucking children. I don't have time for your bullshit, and you want to know if that nigga cheating on you, because I don't give a fuck, you know? Because I don't. Well, you scamming people, scamming for what, bitch? I'm not even taking regular sessions. So why do I need to scam you? It is what the fuck it is, you know? And I do shit like this just to continue to help the people to grow, the momentum, the raising the frequency. You know, I grew up as a shy person. It took a lot for me to even start doing lives.
Mhm.
And then when the spirit kept saying you got to get up and move, I said I'm not. And I'm gonna tell y'all when they gave me the test, I was on Instagram Live and I had my hoodie on and I started playing Drop and Balance by Malika. And I had recorded myself doing it several times, getting up, and I was like, no, 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 ooh, I can't. And so I just did the little video where I'm sitting in the chair, I pushed the hoodie off my head, and I'm playing Drop and Balance. And they said, how you feel about it? I said, it was all right. It's like, now you got to get up and move. We want you to post a video that you did. I had did a video while I was moving the energy in the room. It was just me. I wasn't on live. And I posted it. It was almost like a shadow kind of. And you can see that. So I posted that first and I see how people reacted to it. I was afraid people was going to talk about me and call me fat and all kind of shit. So I didn't want to get up and do it. So when I get up to do the raise the frequency, it take a lot. Because I'm still a fucking person. And people are mean. And I call demons into your house. And when I say demons, I'm really talking about the gede because you don't know what a demon is for real. Because y'all be sleeping with demons. That's that nigga you lay next to that's selling dope to your community that you think is doing something. That's a demon, baby. I'm talking about the gede that do the dirt that we don't want to do. That's what I'm talking about. I will send them to your fucking house, open up a portal in your shit. Because you don't know who the fuck you talking to. Because the demons be y'all motherfucking mamas. You know that nasty bitch who ain't never told you she loved you a day in your life. But I digress.
I love when you do that.
Yeah. That'd be so serious too.
So smooth with it. I love when you do that. And
Nice.
rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna send these out, and I'm still writing down names. And the list is closed, please. However, I respect everybody that sent their money in for the recording. I'm writing you down now. Even those who thought that they were gonna get a link, I'm gonna send you out the recording from it. So please just be patient with us because I got about a lot of names, and I'm working on it. And even when I said save y'all money, I was like, no, fuck that. We sending you some money
Mm-hmm.
for it. So I respect it. I respect it highly in gratitude.
Someone in the chat said that Alexis that you were speaking about earlier, her dad is Jackie Wilson.
Yes, girl. Yes. Yes. It's her daddy, Jackie Wilson. Absolutely.
I haven't watched her. I'm going to watch her though. I saved her page yesterday.
Yes, that's what
Um,
she was talking about. She was like, her daddy was a honey and he was hung low, is what she said. I said, okay, then shut your mouth. Because he was so fine.
listen. I be watching the old school recordings on YouTube on the TV in the living room. Ooh, talk about performance. Talk about energy.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
There's just certain ones that I love that I could just listen to their voices all day. Jackie, Sam, oh,
Yes.
just
And we have
dozens and
talked to
dozens of them.
Jackie. I mean, Sam before. We've never talked to Jackie, though.
Mm,
That would be dope to do that for Alexis. Because I'm sure she could talk to her own father, but when somebody else is doing it, it means a little bit differently, you know.
mhm,
Because I could talk
mhm.
to my mother, but when people give me messages from my mom, it hits a little different. Because then you know you're not tripping.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna have to tell Ro that.
Okay, period.
Be in the living room, try to do the dances. Like, yeah, maybe I'm from that time, but I definitely did not dance like them. Like the footwork, I be trying to get it together. I gotta work on it. I gotta
I
work on it.
mean,
But that little juke joint wine, that circle, yeah, you know I got
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that.
Period.
Ooh, that's
Period.
so funny. I
Well,
love you both.
I
I
love
love
you
you,
too,
Malika.
Malika. Gratitude for coming on and telling your truth. And I know you said when you told it, you was needed people up here, so I had to inch you into it little by little and hope that
Right,
you talk about it.
this was so impromptu. Like,
Yeah,
listen, cousins, I had no idea we was coming on here to talk about the man at the crossroads and Prince and oh, Chuck Berry.
yeah, Chuck
I
Berry.
had I had no idea. So, but I appreciate it, and I know that when I'm in good spaces, I'm able to share, I'm able to release, and it just speaks to the beauty that is everything that you have created for us, governess, and
Gratitude.
Maya, that you protect with all of your spiciness.
All of her
I love you
spiciness.
both. All her
They're
spiciness.
asking where they can find your music. It's on iTunes, but tell them how to find you, Malika.
On there's some links in my bio on Instagram. Same name as on here, Malika Music. On all platforms, it's Malika Music. But the streaming platforms, you just type in Malika. Sometimes you have to type in Malika Reggae. Let me tell you something. I've been doing music for so long. Sometimes I'm on iTunes and a song of mine will pop up and I didn't even remember that I recorded it. So just type in Malika and Reggae or Malika Dancehall, Spotify, iTunes. But when I have new releases, then it's definitely going to be on my IG before anything else. and you'll hear about it here first because Governess is the first one for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, year and a half. Governess
Yeah,
about that. She's the first one I go to with any song that I'm working on or releasing or thinking of putting out. So
which has
you'll
been
always
so
hear it
dope
first.
and an honor for me. I show gratitude for that.
Gratitude to you. Gratitude. Even though, listen, you know my favorite song. Oh yeah, it's just from me.
Yeah, Clayton. Yes, that's Clayton Terry, aka Hakeem. He is also on iTunes. That's for me, FUHMI for me. You know what? Let me tell you
Hmm.
something, Malika, because you probably don't even know this. You're kind of one of the reasons. Remember that night I called you and I was with my cousin, and I was like, she was so just impressed, like, oh my God, you know her. And
Yes.
I'm like, she's like, do you know the stuff she's done? I said, yeah, I do. You know what I'm
Oh, that's
saying?
so dope.
Um, and for me, that almost solidified the jealousy
Mm.
because I showed her the happy birthday that you sent me and sang to me, and it was like a fucking celebrity is singing happy birthday to you. It's like that's my friend, and for me, I felt the jealousy. I felt
Ooh,
it in the room, so I
mm.
called you so she could be a part of it. You know?
I had no idea.
Yeah, I know. And that's just yeah, that's some bullshit. But I love it, and I love you to
And
life.
you did, but you deserve that because believe me, there's a lot more celebrities talking about you. They just
Yeah,
wait till you're not in the room.
yeah.
I will always express my gratitude because
People
the
think Mo
healing
three is
that
the
I
only
have gotten.
celebrity I've ever read for, and it's not.
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
just don't talk about it. He just happened to get killed. You know what I'm saying? Right after, and it's like, oh, okay.
Even
Like,
the other night when you were
no.
doing the readings on here, the young lady that you did the reading for and you played her daughter's single afterwards in honor and recognition of her dad, like, yeah, that shouldn't be a shock at
Wait,
all.
I did what?
Huey, Huggy.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I did not.
second one
I
on
had to
that.
think about it. That's what I'm
I didn't think
saying.
about it.
Yeah, Huey,
Oh, what I
Hmm.
thought.
pop, lock, and drop it.
She said,
Yeah,
"Huggy,
yeah, that was
Maya."
it. Period. She said,
I knew it
"Huggy."
sounded like
She said, "Huey Huggy."
Huggy Huey, somebody. I don't know.
That girl, she, the spicy whisper is funny, bro.
Scotch bonnet. Yeah, yeah.
I do not. First of all.
Man, yeah. Yeah, her music is on iTunes, Spotify. Like I said, you can find her on the Malika Music. Her very first
All
song that got me
platforms.
hooked was Overdose. And then I just went and searched her, and all this other shit popped up. And I said, what the fuck? And then I started going through because then I heard the drop and balance. She had sent that to me personally. And I'm like, oh shit. I said, well, wait a minute now. She got to have other music. So I took it upon myself and I went to just Apple Music, iTunes, and I put her in and all this shit popped up. And then I started listening to Apple of My Eye and you know what I'm saying, a song with pressure and wiggle wiggle and like it was like what love to love, like that's my crack right there, love to love, like what?
Let me tell you about the trap with that song, right? So my brother had started writing that song. Um, and he was like, "Sis, I have a song," and he sent it to me because when I hear my brother sing a song, I'd be like, "I want it. It's mine. When can I
Right,
have it? What are we
right.
doing? Is we doing it together? What is we doing?" Or if it's a single of his, then I'll always do a cover, right? And he called me and he was like, "Sis, I have this song and I was gonna do it myself, but I'm thinking it'll be better if you performed it." And I was like, "Send it now." So he sent it, and it was the majority of the first verse and the hook. And when I sat and listened to it, I was like, I love this. And I'm wondering the whole time, like, what made him write this? He had me come in, he had me record it at the studio at the house. And it wasn't until we got into the song that I realized that he wrote it based off of my story and where he saw me headed in regards
You
to
say
needing
play
to.
it? You said play it? Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay, okay, okay,
Okay,
okay.
I'll play it. Don't worry about it.
Because we on the rights? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can't strike that
Period.
ever. But yeah, it was my story. And I'm sitting there listening to it like, you done set me up to sing a song about me, pretending like it was for you. What, because I probably would have pulled back or not delivered it the same way if I realized how much it connected. But in singing it, in sitting within it, I realized it, and it was so healing, and it's so true. Like, while we out here chasing after all of these things that may eventually break our heart, or put us in a state that we're giving all of our energy to get nothing back in return, um, the most important thing to do is to hold on to the love that you have, because your love is the best kind of love. But yes, governess, you can play it. You can play
Okay,
it.
wait a minute. I gotta get to it. Let me get in my stuff and get it.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
really
clean. It just popped up. Okay. Let me just do
And then my brother Khalil, he's on the second verse, and he talks about that aspect of man and woman coming together and loving on each other and just being vulnerable. As we know, they always focus on saying relationships are 50-50, the female being the divine feminine, the male being the divine masculine, but that's all twisted.
Oh, I like this one too. This is reminisce. This is Beanie Man featuring Malika. I like this one too.
Oh, that's the older one. Yeah.
She knows that me a star, man, I get it what she now walk up. No, that man can't step in her house. No. Make she tell you how it go. Yeah. I really need you right now. I really need you right now. I really need you right now. I really, really, really need you right now. She reminiscing about the night in the hotel Hilton. And after the best of every time on the gun. She tried to do it the other night and nearly killed John. The elevator standard that he losing big time. Pull love with a firm section. All that loving me with a sore section. She back it up, I maintain my direction. What a classic movie is Inception. And she bad, she takes it back. And just a leave it up, she get with back. And if it ain't my baby, rejection, only the doctor. You're always on my mind, always in my head, always in my dreams, as if you're always in my bed. You're playing with my thoughts like a book that has been read. I'm burning up inside, so doctor, come give me my meds. She don't want nobody else. I really need you right now. I really need you right now.
Yeah.
I really need you right now. I really, really, really need you right now. So much in a new frock. All this work turn up, she get new stocks. Bumper firm up like she get new shots. That ain't nobody come with a new frock. Like she rewind time and get a new frock. Man, she decline, want know what you want. Only Beanie can put it. Well, I show that. She said some of them a come with a new yacht. And enough of them come in a cool spot. One even came up with a crude black. But I mean alone can enter it. Always on my mind, always in my head, always in my dreams, as if you're always in my bed. You're playing with my thoughts like a book that has been read. I'm burning up inside, so doctor, come give me my meds. She don't want nobody else. I really need you right now.
You can play from your phone, man.
I really need you right now. I really, really, really need you right now. Hold up, man, there's only one baby.
I feel like they're over there twerking. All right. Go ahead, Maya. Play it. They probably was over there getting. This is one of my favorites, man.
She just loving and loving. She don't care about nothing but loving. She gon' cry, cry when he's done with loving. There should be no doubt, yeah. You should be rewarded. Oh, the love when you give what they're talking about. You love love him more than yourself through your seams, girl, it's sure win. You should save the best of your love for you, girl. That's the best kind of love, and you deserve it. Because if loving you is training, then it's worth it. And if you lose yourself in this, then what's the purpose? She just loving. She don't care about nothing but loving. She gon' cry, cry when he's done with loving her. There can be no doubt that you are all I want and more. Simple as sunshine. Oh, yeah. Just don't let the rain fall on my floor. Cause you know how I'm slippery and my fingers are already nervous. Anytime that you're next to me, and I just feel like I don't deserve it, but you see, your love is a fire that brings me warm. Anytime I'm cold, so I keep counting my blessings. Don't know how this love keep manifesting. Oh, no. Loving. She don't care. She don't get loving. She don't cry. When he's done with loving her. 'Cause you are the one.
Come on, Malika. Hey.
Some days it's just hard to choose love. Like the earth needs the sun and moon. So the waters can set the mood up. All we gotta do is choose.
This is my part, Malika.
All we gotta do is choose love.
All we gotta do is
Choose.
man.
That's my
Gratitude.
therapy.
That's your
Gratitude.
therapy.
That's my therapy. Gratitude.
Yes.
Gratitude.
Amazing voice, amazing vocalist. I appreciate you.
I
And
appreciate you.
8th and 9th wonders of the world. So if you ever get to see her in person, you'll meet them too.
She's talking about her butt. And that's why when you hear Tanya Stevens say the big back, she's talking about that booty back there. I mean,
Ooh, I can't. And now you know why I named her Spicy Whisper. Because the 8th and 9th wonders of the world, I could not. I love you both so much.
yes,
you
ma'am.
both
Love
so
you
much.
back too.
And I can't wait until it's tangible again and I can feel you right here and hug you and love on you and be back within space with you.
Yeah.
And go to Jekyll Island.
Yes, girl. When we gonna do that? We got to do that soon.
We got to figure this. We have to figure that out because that needs to be done. Film the whole thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good. That's gonna be good.
We should do an interview while we there, like with a celebrity and just crossed.
Ooh.
Oh,
that would be dope.
Yes. Start doing your homework now on Jekyll Island. You're not gonna give it all away, but just start doing your homework and you'll see. There's a history there. That would be amazing. That would be so amazing. I'm gonna start looking. I'll look up the info and I'll send over some stuff tonight. And then we'll just figure out the dates and get it done.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, love you. Love y'all.
Love you.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
All right.